Hey girls, how's it going? I'm Christian here.
I'm Nicole.
Here's our rock star with the high party sales, but it is my pleasure to introduce her. Nicole is amazing. She promoted very quickly to, just a little bit about her. She promoted very quickly to a unit leader. How many months? 6 months?
Within 6 months, yeah.
Within 6 months. She always has, oh gosh, would you say, I don't know how many parties you do a month, but they
On average, 6 to 7.
on average 6 to 7 parties, quality parties that are really usually $1,000 parties. So this girl, she is going to share. I'm going to sit here and help her if she needs me, be her little what am I going to be, a little
She's going to be my customer.
my customer. Okay, so customer. And she's just going to share her tips and tricks and how she rocks it at every single party, because she is amazing, and I hope you all learn a lot of great information from her. Okay, take it away, girl. All
Okay,
right.
ladies, I know this has got to be quick, and I am long-winded, so let me see how I can do this. Okay, basically, what I do at my parties are all about having fun and just really going out there and getting the most benefits for my hostess. I want my hostess to have 10 orders and 2 bookings. So I'll let her know up front before I ever get there. If you can get the 10 orders, I will get the 2 bookings. And most of the time I do. Now, here's what happens. We get to the party and people are trying to figure out what they want in the items. I've went through and now I make the party really fun. So I do an awesome fun game that is really creative in the very beginning. And if you want a copy of that game, I would be glad to get that for you. But it basically has nothing to do. Well, it absolutely has nothing to do with Leah Sophia. But it gets
Mm-hmm.
everybody that don't know each other. It gets everybody to kind of loosen up and not think they're just there to spend money. And we just have a good time. We go around the room. We spend about 15 or 20 minutes doing this game, but everybody loves it. And so when I'm done, I do that game, and then I go into everything about the benefits of Leah Sophia. Here lately, the game that I've been playing is actually the scavenger hunt game, where it's kind of like the purse game, but it's just going through the catalog and finding items that start with the letter L, and L stands for Leah Sophia. So what I do that, and then throughout the party, I'm actually sticking little things in there saying, and that's going to help your hostess get the most in free jewelry. That's going to help your hostess get the most in free
Mm-hmm.
jewelry. So it's kind of repetition. I just keep doing it. So I do that. And then we get to the part in the show where I say, okay, now's the time when you need to fill out the customer care form that I've given you. The customer care form has questions on it. And I tell them if you don't answer the questions, you're not going to be eligible for the drawing that I'm going to give them. They have to fill out the whole form on the front, and they have to fill out everything on the back. Now, the back has their 6 essential styles or their wish list, for example. And they're going to go in there and they're going to write down the things they want the most. I make sure I let them know that wishing doesn't cost anything. That is not their receipt, but I need to know what they would really, really, really like to have if they could have all the stuff in the catalog they possibly
Mm-hmm.
could want. So what I do is I have them do that, and I tell them the first person that fills out this form answers all the questions on the front and answers all the questions on the back, which is filling out your wish list and breaking it down by your 6 essential styles, which makes them, instead of just writing 2 things down with the 6 essential styles, it makes them have to put something in
Right.
each category. And so then we've got 6 items, 6 or 7 items there that they've wrote down that I know that I can help them get. So they come to me. Now, not always does it work, but they come to me and they say, okay, I'm ready to place my order. And it blows my mind how people don't get it when you first say, you buy 2, you get 4 half off. And somebody always comes to me and says, I want this necklace. And the necklace is $135. And I'm thinking, seriously? I mean, you didn't just listen to me, did you? And so
And is
I,
and the special, is yours on the guest care card on the back of it too? Is it on at the top where the six
mm-mm,
essentials?
mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No,
I'll have to share that. But
I don't have the
if you
specials on.
wanted it to, you
Yeah, I
you could do
just
that.
put and so maybe that would be beneficial and I wouldn't have to say it so many
No,
times.
they still ask. They still ask.
But they get to me and I tell you, I do not spend as much time doing my actual party as I do spending time with my each individual customer that comes to me. And they come to me and they will say, okay, I want to get these items and these items. And then I ask them to show me their wish list. Okay. They show me their wish list and I tell them, do you see these two items right here? You could actually get these two items for full price, and this item would be half price, and then this item would be half price, and then this is what you would get it for, and you would get a lot more items. Yes, they may be spending $10 or $15 more, but they're going to get more items for their buck. Well, that $10 or $15 more is going to make that much more of a difference if each person you meet with does that.
Sure.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So don't you think?
Oh my gosh.
And
yes.
so, if you spend quality time with them, okay. So, say for example, Christian,
Okay.
you come to me and you say, "I want to buy the Kiki necklace." Okay.
Love that necklace.
Yes. The Kiki necklace is what I want today, and I say, "Okay, I want to help you get that." But here's the deal: you do not, and I say, you do not want to just buy the Kiki necklace. And I mean, would you know why, Christian? Why would you just not want to buy the Kiki necklace? Why would you just purchase the Kiki necklace?
Well, because she could definitely get at least 3 pieces
For less than what they
for
would. She would just buy the Kiki necklace.
Exactly.
So here's the thing: when they realize that you are helping them save money, they're gonna spend more money.
And they do. Would you say that when you first mention that, they look at you like you're going to try to sell them more?
Oh, absolutely.
But
then I say my
yeah,
calculator.
I love
my
that.
calculator can do fabulous, amazing tricks. So just trust me, okay? My calculator can do many, many tricks. Magic tricks.
Yep.
And it works. And I'm not really, honestly, I know y'all think I'm really trying to be devious here, but I am not really out to pull the blanket over somebody's head. I really am there to make sure I try to put myself in the place of the customer, and I try to think, what would I do if I was in this situation? How would I feel if I was in this situation? And that's what I do. I actually, I'm going to be running out of time here. I actually make sure that you get that item and a couple, but you want a pair of earrings to go with that necklace or whatever. So what I literally do is I try to get them to go at least $30 and below for their two low price items, and then they get that necklace half off, and then they end up seeing how it works, and then they end up saying, well, and I'll actually ask them to see their care card, and they hand it to me, and it's got their wish list on it, and I'll say, you can get this one for half off too. And then I just start adding to it. And then they realize, well, I could have gotten something for Christmas presents. And then with the special we've had the last month, that's really been incredible. So I guess most importantly, go ahead.
Oh, I just wanted to add, she taught me something. Tell them about the waste. You don't want to waste that, do you? Because it's smart and it works.
Well, they'll come to me, and so I've already told them to purchase 2 items to get the Kiki necklace half off, right? So now they've had 1 item half off. Well, they got 3 more left, and I say, you've got 3 more half off items, and if you don't use them, they're just going to go to waste. And people will look at me and go, well, we don't want that to happen, do we?
Right.
And it happens every time. And they will actually, and I'll tell them, you do not have to pick a really, really high item to get for half off. Now that you've reached this level, you can get anything half off. And then when they realize that, then 9 times out of 10, they're going to do the pick 6 deal, or buy 2 get 4 half off. And they're all been crazy about the $80 special, and we don't know what's going to be next coming up, but they're all any extra incentives that you're there to offer. I offer lots of incentives at my party. Quickly, I want to tell you that at the as far as the bookings go, because people ask me about how do you get those 2 bookings at your party. And I literally I put lays around their neck, and I tell them, okay, your friend, this is your friend, okay, right? And you want her to get the most in free jewelry, right? And I ask everybody, who doesn't want her to get the most in free jewelry? And so I say, okay, I'm going to put 3 lays, and they may be lays or they may be beads or something like that, and I put them around the hostess's neck, and I give her a fancy little crown and tell her that she's my queen of the night.
Yes.
Woo, that's a song, isn't it? And
so pretty.
And so she gets all blinged out here, and I tell them, okay, your job now is to come over here and take one of those lays off of her neck and tell her that you're going to host a party so she can get the most in free bling.
And get laid, because we need 3 people. I do. Even I know it's not appropriate, but everybody laughs. And Nicole's
I'm going to lay the hostess tonight, okay? And my dad's a preacher, so I'm trying to be nice here. So anyway, so I will have them. And here's the other thing: if you really reiterate this, your hostess is going to be going around trying to get those. She's
Yes.
going to be trying to give those lays out to her friends, saying, "Don't you want to host a party? Don't you want to host a party?"
Isn't that
And
so awesome
oh,
when
it's
they
so much
work,
fun.
when they
It's
do
so
that
much
for
fun.
you?
Yes. So
Hmm.
I think when you get the bookings, and like I said, my big thing is really I really don't know how it works. I think I'm just genuine, to be totally honest. I just spend quality time. Some people may go to a party and they may say I can do it from start to finish for 2 hours. Well, I'm here to tell you right now, I do not do my parties from start to finish for 2 hours. I may spend an hour there, and strictly that hour has been working with each individual customer,
Hmm.
getting their orders. In the long run, is it worth it? Oh baby, it's worth it, because everybody has they've gotten what they've wanted. I've gotten what I've wanted. I've gotten bookings, and I have also, on top of everything else, I have helped the hostess get, well, I mean, $600 in free jewelry, pretty much. I mean, when
Right.
you
And she
hit,
deserves it.
yeah, yeah,
She said yes to
yes,
us.
right.
So,
So when you hit that $1,000 party, then you're going to it's really awesome when you hit that $1,000 party, and when you've worked with each individual customer and you go back and you look and you go, oh my goodness, we've hit $1,000, and this is how much free jewelry we're going to get. And then, because I've really synced my teeth into making sure that they got those bookings, then they're going to get another 20% in free jewelry, because because of the 40%.
hmm.
So um I think it's just all just how you treat people, and how you know how the system works, and you know how to break it down to buy two get four. Some of the items may actually be where they might end up picking two items, and it may make it go over a little bit in the price, but most of the time with me, it makes it cheaper, especially if they're going to pick a necklace like the Kiki necklace and they're going to get two lower price items. That's a no-brainer. Okay, that's also going to be an awesome thing, because those hostesses, those customers are going to want to come back to your parties again, and they're going to want to buy again, because they know you were not out to just take their money. You were out to make sure they got the best deal. And I think in the long run, I mean, we want to have a good time. We want to get some fabulous jewelry, and we want to get it at the best price. And people want to make sure that you have their best interest at heart.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Is it okay if I add something real quick?
Yeah,
Add
I
something
knew
real
she was
fast.
gonna add something.
I go, my mind is Leah Sophia, filled with so many good things. But no, I was just going to add that something that I started doing um, past couple parties for sure is on the customer form selection ticket. I actually asked the girls, say if they're not interested in having a party, but I actually asked them, was there anything that you couldn't get tonight? Maybe you just anything that you can get for whatever reason. And they're like, oh, yeah, that full bloom necklace. And I'm like, awesome. I write a WL in parentheses and I list the items that they would love to get, because when I have half price items
Well, all we have to do
available
is call
on
them, yeah.
future orders, all I have to do is call them. And if you really think about it, I just did this yesterday, had an $80 order. Well, that's almost what, 40 bucks from my home, taking 10 minutes of my time. I made that, not quite 40, but you know what I'm saying. I
Right.
can't do math. But so, I mean,
Yes, I do
those
that too. I know what you're
those
talking about. Yeah.
little things, you want to add sales, build that
And that's
relationship.
probably what something that I
Yeah.
do, and I didn't even think about as far as the high party sales.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You
like
do.
my party, one of my parties here recently, it was a 500 and something dollar party, and when I submitted it, it was $700, and it was because I called someone, said they wanted a full bloom necklace, they wanted something, and I said, do you want me to order that for you right now? You didn't want it then, you
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the funds for it now. Do you want me to get it now? And most of the time, those items are half price items that are gonna
Right.
go to waste.
They're gonna go
And
to.
so you might as well let somebody else have them. And you've made relationships with these people. You've helped them out at the parties. They remember that, and you pick up the phone and call them and say, "Hey, you want that necklace now? Because I've got. You don't have to buy one get one. All you're gonna do is get it for half off." And
Right.
9 times out of 10, they're gonna say yes. And all that's gonna do is make your party sales go up. Your recognition's gonna be better.
Yep.
Your paycheck's gonna be better. Everything's going to be better all the way around, and they think that they've got, and which they've
Right.
gotten the best deal,
Right.
because they didn't have to go through the process of buying two getting four. All they had to do was get one half price item. So, and you may have 4 or 5 half price items, and you call them and say, hey, I got 4 half price items, you want all of them? I do it all the time. Do you do
Yeah,
that? I mean, I do it all the time where they can have them. And then that, I mean, you're talking about if somebody uses four half price items,
yep,
you could add $200 to your show very easily. I mean, I did it this morning, so it was a
right.
$500 party, and I mean, the recognition was 800 something.
Yeah,
So
well, and with the holidays, that is something to keep in mind because, if
people are trying to
if
save.
yeah, if someone called me and I wanted to do some early Christmas shopping and I had all these items at half price, I mean, I think that would be really attractive,
Absolutely.
and especially if you kind of remind them, oh, you wanted all these items, that necklace looks so pretty on you, or tie whatever the connection, whatever you guys talked about, tie that back to the conversation. And I mean, you could really make a little bit of
And I
extra
think
money
that's
from home.
something we don't do enough of
Right.
is going back and working with the customers and going back because I think that we get so busy with how we can have a party where we could just sit down and I literally probably could
Mm-hmm.
put a party together right now if I thought about it with all the people that wanted certain things at my parties and just giving them a buy one get one half off and just put a party together. So there's lots of different things that you can do to make it go higher. Those are just some tips
Yep.
that I use. Until Christian started saying something about it, I didn't really realize that it was happening. But I guess I don't put a lot of energy and thought into how I make it $1,000 party, but I just do. I think when you help enough other people get what they want, then you'll get what you want. So
Yeah. Well, you
I think
also
that's
are excellent at hostess coaching too. So I mean, that helps get the girls to your parties. Would you say?
right. Oh yeah,
What's your average attendance?
6 to 10.
6 to 10. Okay. And outside orders? Any orders
Yeah,
before
yeah. I
or
usually have three to
after?
four
Definitely
outside orders
after, usually.
before. Sometimes I have three to
Okay.
four before.
Okay. So promoting that and everything like that. I mean, that adds up. Why wouldn't we do that? If we can do that and do 7, 10 parties a month for girls that are doing only a couple parties, that would even seem a little bit easier, wouldn't it? Because you could
Absolutely.
even focus a little bit more on hostess coaching. But that's where it's at.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's where it's at.
We'll just sit in our pajamas and have a party.
Yeah. Well, sounds good. Did you want to cover? Was there anything?
I think that's about it. I think I've went over my time. Sorry, guys.
No, no, you're
But
good.
that's. I mean, if you have any questions, Jill has my number, and just reach out to me because I think that this is a key thing to having a good party. I feel like that if you have three parties, you could really, really, really make it awesome if you just really hostess coach you from the time you walk into that door to the time you leave. I heard somebody say one time that one of the girls in Leah Sophia say that I'm yours. I work for the hostess when I get there.
Hmm.
So from the time you get there to the time you leave, you're doing everything you can to benefit the hostess. And the friends know that too. They
Right.
know that if they spend that money, she's going to get more free jewelry, and it just becomes like a domino effect. So if you have any questions, ask me. I'm here.
All right. Thanks, girls.
Bye
Have a good
bye.
one.